Good evening. Hi, I'm Dmitri Martin. I'll be your host tonight for ICLA's signature benefit art sale, Incognito. Thank you for being here to support this important institution. I'm excited to be involved with Incognito. As an art fan, it's a treat for me to be part of such a cool event. And as a stand-up comedian, it's great to have the opportunity to do a show like this in front of no one, basically. Instead of an actual audience being here to respond to what I say, there's a crowd out there that is split up into a bunch of little individual units who are sitting in their homes quietly judging me. Hold for silence. Thank you. Sort of an incognito audience, I guess. Hold for more silence. Great, I'm killing. When they asked me to host, I was intrigued, but I did have a few demands. First, I said that I'm gonna need like sort of a large, empty space, just something kind of cold, fully lit. That would be great. Second, it would be great if it could look like I sort of snuck into a gift shop or like a bookstore or something like that, like after hours or like I don't belong there. No curtain, please, nothing like that, no sort of performance indicators. And third, if I could have absolutely no feedback while I'm performing, that would be best. I want to really have no idea if anything I'm saying is working. I want to fly blind, I think were the words I actually used. As a bonus, I said that it would be ideal if I could drive pretty far to get to the room that no one will be in where I'm going to perform, rather than having it near my house or even doing it from my house. If I could drive, traffic downtown and all that stuff, that would be fantastic. And I have to say, ICLA has completely exceeded my expectations. I already have no idea how this is going or what I'm doing here, so I want to thank them for that. Great. Let's keep it moving. When I found out that the audience would be a bunch of art collector type people, I was delighted. I thought, perfect. That's a famously non-judgmental, warm, very inviting to outsiders sort of crowd. Those are my people. That sounds like an audience that loves to laugh. They don't take themselves too seriously. I'm up for it. Okay, I'm gonna keep things rolling. Any questions? How's everybody doing? Where are you from? Awesome. I might do a few bits along the way, so feel free to laugh or applaud wherever you are, at your computer screen or right into your phone. You can tweet and tag yourself or whatever your thing is, go for it. We're here to have a good time and support a good cause tonight. Also, a special hello to anyone who's watching this on their watch. Very cool, especially if it's while you're driving. That's impressive. Before we open up the sale of the artworks, we've got a 30-minute program in which you'll hear from ICLA staff, the president of the board, as well as artists who love and support the museum. It's a pre-recorded tour de force. Some brief housekeeping. If you're having any trouble with the hand-bid website, the first thing you should do is refresh your browser, click on the little curved arrow in your website address in that bar up there. You can also reach out to Matt and Aaron at Handbid IT Help. They're standing by on Zoom, so use the link we emailed you with instructions for tonight's event. If you're not familiar with Zoom by now, I want to congratulate you. I'm jealous of whatever life you've been living for the last 2 years. That's amazing. You can also call 408-638-0968. And I've come up with a mnemonic device of the phone number to make it easier for you to remember the number. It's based on the letters that go with each digit on the phone. So the number is hot OD to you. It's sort of like a wish. I wish you a hot OD. This is not a bad, I'm not talking about drugs. I'm talking about, you're overdosing on art purchases tonight or something like that. It's like a good thing. To you is obvious, I'm wishing it to you. That's pretty self-explanatory. One thing though, that you can see it here. The thing is that, so the first and third zero, those are zeros. So these are just zeros that I'm using as O's in the words. Whereas these two, the sixes, those would be that's an actual O that's on the, the 6 button of the phone. So as long as you have that straight, I think it works really well. I think it's a lot easier than the numbers. Hot OD to you. So great, I'm glad I did that. For those of you who are attending Incognito for the first time, welcome. And for those diehard fans who come every time, welcome back. And for those of you who are attending for maybe like the second or third time, also welcome. Okay, if you're attending, say you attended years ago, then you didn't do it for a while or whatever, you just gave up on it, but now you're back, you didn't do it, but then I'll try it out this year. Okay, yeah, welcome, welcome back. And finally, for those who are not attending, You know, whatever. You know, doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't really have anything to say to you. But, you know, welcome, fine. If if somehow this message gets to you, you can, hope you get the message that you were welcome, even though you dissed us. But that's fine, it's an open institution. Incognito is unique among museum fundraisers, not only for its all-caps name, but also for how it works. Now in its 14th edition, more than 350 established and emerging artists have contributed original works of art. And there are a few artists who are neither established nor emerging. They're sort of hovering, which is an interesting place to be in your career. That's sort of where I think I'm at lately. But I think I'm going to re-emerge and then hover again, probably recede and emerge. It's sort of a dynamic approach I'm taking. Anyway, we've got well-known artists who are beloved members of the LA arts community: Charles Gaines, Kathy Opie, Ed Ruscha. Numerous early to mid-career fabulous artists like E.J. Hill, Analia Saban, and Sarah Gomez, as well as lots of exciting, young, talented artists only recently out of graduate school, many still fresh off of disappointing their parents. We have drawings, paintings, photography, sculpture. Works are made with watercolor, acrylic paint, plaster, clay, plexiglass, dog hair, mustard, human blood, feces. The last 3 or 4 I might have made up, but still, my point is there's something for everyone here. I really think it's a very exciting array of works that I have not seen, but I've heard, it's really good. If you don't know, all the works are 12 by 12 inches. Everyone's the same size, and they're all sold for the exact same price, $500. Only $500, or 50,000 cents. That's quite a deal in today's art market, where NFTs, or NIFTs, as they call them in the industry, they're selling for millions, and no one even knows what they are, which is, of course, the attraction, mystery, right? And tonight, we have a lot of mystery, because you see, the catch is that all of the artists participating remain anonymous until after you purchase their work. And then even after that, some of those artists will remain anonymous for most of their careers. With so many incredible pieces available in tonight's sale, everyone can find something that speaks to them. Whether you're a seasoned collector or excited to purchase your first work of art, Incognito is all about using your eyes, following your heart, and trusting your instincts. Just go with your gut. If you like it, grab it. If you're worried about how the sale will work, don't. The site is very easy to use. If you've ever purchased anything online, it's basically the same. You wait till your spouse is not around, and you just buy a bunch of stuff, and then you can argue about it later once it gets delivered. Remember, Incognito is more like a flash sale than an auction. So when we open the sale, all the works will be available for purchase simultaneously. It's all at once. Don't dilly-dally. If you like it, buy it. Even if you don't like it, buy it. You can give it as like a gag gift to someone you don't like or something, Okay, if you have any concerns, use the Zoom link we provided or call 408-638-0968. Hot OD to you. To speak to the good people at Handwood for technical support, call that number. They're happy to help, and you have plenty of time to make sure you're registered and ready to go before we open the sale. I hope I'm going at a good speed here. Haven't done this before, so if I'm going too fast, you can't tell me anyway, so I'm not sure why I'm apologizing, but just want to let you know I'm aware of that. Okay, cool. Doing some crowd work. And we're back. Okay, big thanks to our friends at East West Bank for partnering with us as the supporting sponsor of Incognito this year. Thank you, East West Bank. I like your name. It covers most of the country, that way. We're grateful for your support. And a very special thanks to artist Andrea Bowers, who designed this year's fantastic Incognito logo, which hopefully you've seen on the website. While you're enjoying the program, you can give ICLA LA even more love by making an additional donation to the museum by clicking the donate button below me. I believe there's a donate button down here. So go ahead, click it. I can take a second here, take a breather, loosen up. Feel free to be generous, Your support ensures that ICALA can keep everything they do free to the public. I think that's pretty amazing. It's always free. You can come here anytime, over and over. You never have to pay admission. They have all these books up here that you can't reach, but it's enticing, It's like it makes you want it more because you're like, oh, wow. I could really get hurt trying to get that book. Tonight's all about supporting the museum, so give generously if you can, give enthusiastically. You can even give begrudgingly. That works too. You can have a bad attitude about it, either way. And now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Laura Donnelly, ICA LA's longstanding and fabulous president of the board of directors. Laura.
Welcome to the 14th version of Incognito. I'm Laura Donnelly. I am the president of the board of the ICA LA, and I welcome you. So glad we can be here together. We are here to have fun tonight, and we want you to just sit back, relax, pour yourself a drink or two, and get going. Trust your instincts. That's the only way to do Incognito. We are so grateful to have the participation of returning artists and also new artists. We couldn't do this event without you, so we want to just thank you from the bottom of our hearts. All the funds raised at Incognito will benefit ICA LA's roster of dynamic exhibitions and learning and engagement programs, making sure that they will remain free to the public. In the past year, ICA LA has had a stellar lineup of exhibitions and learning and engagement programs. We've welcomed hundreds of first-time visitors. ICA LA continues to be an institution with bold curatorial vision and innovative programming. We illuminate untold stories and champion artists and emerging voices. We are proud to be a force for positive cultural development in Los Angeles. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for playing with us. Thank you for buying art. We so appreciate you.
Thank you, Laura. Good evening, everyone. I'm wearing my pink suit, which means it's Incognito 2022, and I'm thrilled to welcome you. This is the 14th edition of our beloved benefit art sale, and the second time we're coming to you virtually. It's hard to believe this is our 14th edition of Incognito because each time we do it, we're reminded how completely crazy it is. More than 350 artists have donated works of art. That's a lot of emails, coordination, and wrangling. But truly, we are so touched and energized by the outpouring of support for ICLA from the contributing artists. So first and foremost, I want to thank them. You are at the center of all that we do, and we appreciate and honor you this evening. Okay, one quick logistical note once again. If you're watching this live stream, it does not automatically mean you are logged into your account and prepared to begin shopping. So please log into your account now to ensure that you don't have any problems once the sale opens. Go to the login button on the top right of your screen, enter your email and passcode. If you don't have a passcode, click on the Reset Passphrase button and go through the prompted steps. If you need help, call 408-638-0968 or use the Zoom link we sent you via email. Again, thank you, Dmitri. The number is 408-638-0968. I want to thank Dmitri Martin for graciously agreeing to host tonight's event. Having Dmitri makes me feel like at least one person in front of the camera actually knows what they're doing. And did you know that in addition to being a stand-up comic, writer, and actor, Dmitri is a visual artist? He even contributed a wonderful painting to the sale tonight. We're so happy to have Dmitri with us. So get ready for a fun and funny evening. I also want to extend my gratitude to Suzanne Vielmetter and her entire team at the gallery for hosting Precognito on Thursday evening. We installed all the artworks for people to view before tonight's sale and had a beautiful cocktail party that felt like we'd been transported to another time and place. So much has happened since I joined the museum in the fall of 2019, and I am proud of the distinct and singular work that we do as the only non-collecting museum in Los Angeles. We are also the only museum in the downtown LA Arts District, a vibrant cultural neighborhood steeped in LA history that is also undergoing enormous changes and offers so much to explore. ICLA emerged from the challenges brought on by the pandemic much stronger, and we are inspired and energized about our future. We continue to bring our audiences absorbing and thought-provoking exhibitions and public programs. We are thrilled to be welcoming more people back to the museum, while we continue to expand our offerings of virtual programming, improving our video production skills, and increasing our use of ASL interpretation. We remain committed to providing Spanish translations in the galleries for all of our exhibition materials. We've relaunched our outdoor mural program with a gorgeous work by Minerva Cuevas from Mexico City, the first mural on our site since 2018, and we look forward to presenting a new mural by Argentinian artist Ad Minoliti to open this June. We piloted an artist-in-residency program with 5 local artists, led a bike ride around Los Angeles designed by the always fabulous Vaginal Davis, held a fall benefit that turned into a super fun dance party, invited 2 wonderful independent publishers to take up residence on our bookshelves, and recently held a fundraiser benefiting relief efforts in the Ukraine. And these are just a few of the highlights of what we've been up to lately. Last July, we embarked on a year-long intensive strategic planning process with Peter Russo Consulting. Peter and his colleague Nicole Lindner have become integral members of the ICLA team as we map out an ambitious vision for the future. In the coming months, we will be sharing exciting new initiatives to enhance the ways that we serve our diverse audiences and respond to the needs of artists. ICLA's mission is more vital than ever, to support art that sparks the pleasure of discovery and challenges the way we see and experience the world, ourselves, and each other. Thank you all for believing in our mission and supporting us tonight. I know that everyone tuning in values the role of art in their lives and the ways in which ICLA fosters ideas, community, and creativity. And here is something that you may not know. Research shows that giving benefits the giver more than the receiver. In other words, giving is good for the soul. Supporting the things we care about makes us feel connected to one another and activates our humanity. So please purchase lots of art and give generously through additional donations to ICLA this evening. Studies show it will definitely make you feel good. I want to acknowledge ICLA's extraordinary board of directors. The museum benefits enormously from their experience, knowledge, and generosity. Over the past year, they have worked closely with us to imagine and plan toward exciting goals for our future, and I'm grateful to have such an inspiring and energized group of collaborators. We had a fantastic host committee for Incognito this year, and I'm grateful to each of them for their ideas, time, and energy. Special thanks to our wonderful event chair, board member Miriam Rothbart, for partnering with us. Your friendship, generosity, and leadership are always felt and so appreciated. We have an exceptional staff at ICLA, and I am made aware each day of their immense talent and commitment. I am lucky to work with this incredible team, and I want to acknowledge and thank them. Organizing this benefit is, well, in a word, insane. It quite literally takes the efforts of every single staff person, but I want to especially acknowledge a few. Director of Development Jimmy Freeman took on the challenge of managing this daunting event with good humor, charm, and an uncanny ability to juggle 100 things at the same time. Jimmy! Yay! Gisela Morales and Adam Lee brought their keen minds, experience, and problem-solving skills to ensure that Incognito is seamless. Yeah. Peter Gold and a great crew of art handlers installed and then de-installed 365 works in record time. And an extra special thanks to Chad Elliott, who I think had no idea what he was getting into when he accepted the enormous task of processing all of the artworks. I also want to give a huge thanks to Andrea Bowers for her fantastic Incognito logo. It is the perfect visual identity for the event. Andrea created one of her signature text signs made with recycled cardboard and LED lights, which is 6 feet wide and gradually changes colors, rendering the word Incognito in a festive font. For the first time ever, the Incognito logo has been created as a work of art, which has been donated by Andrea to be sold to support the museum. We are incredibly grateful to Andrea for her generosity. The work will literally light up any collection, so if you're interested in learning more, please reach out to us for details. The program this evening will tell you more about ICLA's mission, recent activities, and our plans going forward. You will see and hear from a wonderful group of artists who are near and dear to us, Ron Athey, Charles Gaines, My Barbarian, and Laura Schnitger. Now, we'll hear from my dear friend, longtime board member, and out-of-this-world artist, Charles Gaines, about ICLA's mission and his hopes for our future.
Hi, I'm Charles Gaines. I'm an artist and a member of the ICA LA board. It meant quite a bit for me to be a board member all these years because I was able to participate in a constant ongoing presence of art in LA. Coming from Santa Monica, before moving to where we are now, that's when we started working on the mission statement, rethinking and reframing this space for the general LA community. I had the great opportunity to work on the mission for the ICA LA. It was exciting for me because I think we were at a time when there was increased interest in social and cultural issues and their relationship to art and art practices. And the mission itself is really about energizing a more social and cultural space within the idea of art and the idea of museum practices. Because the mission continues. And because the mission of the museum had this ability to respond quickly and see what's going on, the direct contact with the pulse of the community. My experience with the museum has given me the ability to think of its role more broadly and into the future. I have a vision of ICALA's future as expanding and broadening, and not only in terms of its own size and scale, but also in terms of the programs that it can bring to the community that would give its mission more impact, that not only establishes that it can find new talent, but it can also be part of that structure that reinforces existing talent and existing careers, that solidifies it. New ideas can be found, but it can be seen as a place that establishes and sustains ideas, a place where ideas can be reinforced. ICALA's mission is to support art that
Sparks the pleasure of discovery and challenges the way we see
and experience the world, ourselves and each other.
ICALA is committed to upending hierarchies of race, class, gender, and culture.
Through exhibitions, educational programs, and community partnerships,
ICALA fosters critique of the familiar and empathy with the different.
All right, I'm back. It's wonderful to see and hear about the mission at the ICA LA. It's a truly special museum, and it's different really from any other museum in Los Angeles. Now we're going to hear from Oscar Hisa about ICA LA's extraordinary learning and engagement programs. Voila.
Hi, my name is Oscar Hisa, and I am the Director of Learning and Engagement at ICALA. At ICALA, we are dedicated to making contemporary art more relevant and accessible to all. The Learning and Engagement Department is guided by a distinct pedagogical approach we call fieldwork. It's based in research and development, and the staff are out in the field listening and learning. ICALA is dedicated to supporting artists and bringing art and culture to our daily lives. We value collaboration, participation, and sustained engagement. Our Learning and Engagement program includes artist and curator-led tours of exhibitions, insightful discussions, film screenings, performances, and even bike rides. We consider art as our compass, and the city is our engagement department. Our Learning and Engagement programs feature a wide range of voices and points of view. Last year, we did automatic writing workshops with the artist Ron Athey, a special project in our annex space with Pau S. Pescador, and a new bookshelf residency with Gato Negro Ediciones from Mexico City and Phony Media from the Bay Area. The bookshelf residency is when we stock our shelves with publications of independent booksellers and publishers. We also do public programs with them. We also started an artist residency program last year, and we had 5 amazing local artists working on site for 6 weeks each. In December, we were able to hold our annual Posada celebration, a holiday family event for all ages that featured performances, music, art, and festive food and drink. For young people, we have Mondays for schools and community groups. When our museum is closed on Mondays, we turn it into a classroom for local K-12 schools and nonprofits to tour the exhibitions and do hands-on workshops. We're so happy to bring back our highly acclaimed Agency of Assets Youth Fellowship program, which introduces young people to professions in the creative arts sector. ICALA is located in the Arts District of downtown Los Angeles. We love being in the heart of the city, but we do not contain ourselves within the walls of this museum. In fact, we have produced projects in collaboration with the City and County of Los Angeles for public art projects like Current LA Food and We Rise, working with dozens of artists and partner organizations. So don't be surprised if you find us in your local park. At ICALA, we are also committed to finding opportunities to explore art and social action. And we're proud to announce that we will once again be an official vote center for the upcoming June primary elections and the November midterm elections. So please plan to come and cast your ballot at ICALA. Your support helps ICALA offer meaningful programming and to advocate for the numerous ways art and culture are vital to our city and can positively impact people's lives.
We'll be back shortly to tell us more about Agency of Assets, ICALA's exceptional program that introduces local youth to roles in the arts through employment opportunities, sustained mentorship, and hands-on experience. In the past year, we presented the truly groundbreaking work of Ron Athey and his expansive community of collaborators, exhibited a poignant new video installation by Kenneth Tam that explored how American stereotypes of masculinity impact Asian men in particular, and partnered with the Hammer Museum on the group exhibition Witch Hunt to showcase the radical and brave work of 16 women artists from around the world who examine political and social power dynamics through a feminist lens. We currently have 2 phenomenal exhibitions on view through May 29th, a survey of Houston-based Jamal Cyrus, and a major new video installation by Canadian-born, New York-based Sarah Swinner, along with a triptych of her earlier single-channel videos. Opening on June 18th is the group exhibition The Condition of Being Addressable, organized by guest curators Legacy Russell and Marcel Joseph. The exhibition brings together an international and intergenerational roster of 25 artists, including Judy Chicago, Mary Kelly, Sandra Perry, Jessica Vaughn, and Zaidi Zah, to name only a few, whose works explore bodies and exposure and the ever-evolving performance of language. In our annex, we will screen Laura Schnitger's new film, Witching Hour, a collaborative performance project that grew out of her installation in last fall's exhibition, Witch Hunt. This fall, we will showcase some of LA's most formidable and inventive artists. Our former senior curator, Jamila James, will be back to present a 20-year survey of the work of Los Angeles painter Rebecca Morris. And we will be bringing the My Barbarian exhibition from the Whitney Museum, which traces their 20 years of collaboration and will be accompanied by several performances. I'm also thrilled to announce that in early 2023, we will be partnering with Artist Space in New York City to bring their extraordinary exhibition of the work of interdisciplinary artist Milfred Graves to ICALA. Titled Fundamental Frequency, the exhibition will highlight Graves' visionary and inspiring work as a musician, drummer, sculptor, healer, botanist, martial artist, and teacher. We will now hear from artists Ron Athey and Laura Schnitger about their experiences working with ICALA, and we'll get a sneak peek of Laura's new film and a taste of what you can look forward to from My Barbarian this fall.
Hi, I'm Ron Athey, and I'm an artist. In the early 80s, when I first started making performance work, I was involved with people in music and bands. My first partner was Ross Williams of Christian Death. And we started PE, which we had some of the photographs from that era and diary entries. I think because I knew I wasn't a musician and everyone I knew was a musician, that I had to be a performance artist. It was simply that. And there was one source of performance art. It was Lace and the magazine High Performance. So being a teenager in the early 80s, those were the sources that I would bounce off of. I think the ICALA doing a show of my work was a surprise for me. While I've been in group shows in museums for certain aspects, like the Artist Museum at MoCA, different actionist shows like the Philadelphia Contemporary Museum, there's been times where I feel like outside the outside. I'm not from a gallery, I'm not from a clique. I think to be that kind of independent, and yet I had amassed a 40-year archive. That was possible to mount at the ICALA was important for me. I don't think anyone knew all of those corners of my work. The idea of making context for types of work that aren't necessarily from the academy, from the stable, or from academia is something about the ICLA, the possibilities that it could be from a scene, it could be from an older artist that's not what Jack Smith would call the cult of the baby artist poo-poo, or it could be a baby in a group show, but I find the integrity of the programming and also the program space and the events makes the ICA stand out.
Hello, I'm Lara Snitger. I'm a Dutch-American artist and I'm living and working here in Los Angeles. So I've been part of ICA Witch Hunt exhibition. Witch Hunt is a group exhibition with 15 artists who've been working in the realm of video or film or sculpture. So it's kind of a big group of different kind of artists from all over the world. And it has been an incredible experience working with ICA. From the moment Connie and Anne came into the studio, we directly started brainstorming about ideas, and they were so supportive of my work and they left very open what I wanted to include. Of course, I've worked with them before, so they knew my practice very well, and that really gave it a good starting point for making new work. One of the great things of the exhibition Witch Hunt is that it's spun over 2 museums within LA, the Hammer Museum in the West and in the East with the ICA LA. And I think it's also good because the exhibition shows so much diversity and multiple gender and different ideas. So it's good also not to just have it out in one part of LA. Hopefully this happens more often where the whole LA gets involved and not just one part of it. One of the big memories I have from being part of this exhibition was kind of the transport of my sculptures. They're really big for anybody who's seen it. They're like 12 feet and very stretchy and wobbly. Because I worked up to the last minute, we had to put them like laying in the giant semi-truck who came. And then coming back here, I installed all the works. And I felt like the ICA became kind of a little bit my studio. And then later, during the closing ceremony, I ended up doing a performance as well, which sadly enough had to be canceled because of COVID. So we ended up making a film. So for me, the exhibition space became kind of partly of my studio. And to have that done in a museum is kind of very rare. So that will always stay with me, to be able to really create in the space. You know, sometimes a museum is being seen as a showcase and a more of a higher place as an artist. So to feel comfortable in this space and be able to like make my art in here, was very special.
Listen to me, transparency operates without secrecy. We are watching you do what you do. Is that clear? Is that clear? Transparency, I can see you. Can you see me? Transparency. transparency. Watch it washing all over me. If you're the viewer, how come I can see you? You watching me. Is it you?
Well, I told him I needed a trailer. Well, where's the trailer? I mean, hey, we're back. Okay, hey, we want to say thank you to Ron and Lara. And by the way, I really am excited that I got to contribute a work of art to Incognito. As a bonus, I wanted to show you some other works of mine just real quick. And I'm not trying to hog stage time here, but I just figured I had the opportunity. I've been drawing and painting for years. I mostly do stand-up comedy, but I thought this was a perfect, forum here to share some visual art that I've done. This is a pie chart about procrastination. It's Procrastination Pie Chart is the title. And this was, it's meant to have like all this detail about, different reasons a person would procrastinate. I haven't done much more of it than that, but that's, sort of, I guess you could say it's an abstraction. This is a landscape that I did. It's Antarctica. It's like that. But also it's actually a dual piece, if that's the right term. This is also portraiture, I guess you'd say. This is a nude. It's a guy naked lying on his side. This would be his butt cheeks, I guess you would say, is the medical term. So it's sort of a close-up. But I'm exploring the landscape of human anatomy here. So it's a commentary on how cold we can be about our own landscapes, if you will, or manscape in this sense. So there's a duality there, I think. I'm working on the artist statement still, but I think I nailed it. This is a self-portrait. Do you see that? This is a kinetic work. This is a kinetic piece of art. In that, it's a commentary on both time and space, which is really everything if you think about it, because the fabric of the universe is time and space. So for this piece to work, I do have to be in the right space in relation to it to complete the work, and at the right time, of course. If this were here, but I'm not here, or if, if I'm here later, but this was here. So it's a four-dimensional piece that is sort of a kinetic abstraction. And again, it is a commentary on everything, time and space. So I'm not trying to talk over anybody, but that's just some of the stuff I've done. I'm working on my first solo show. So if you're interested, just email me at thatdmitri@gmail.com. I know that's a plug, but there's a lot of, really complicated stuff I'd love to talk to you about that I'm working on. But anyway, it's not about me. Thanks for letting me share my work, Hope I didn't intimidate anybody. That's just, it's just what I do. Okay, so back to the program. So as you hear about the exciting programs coming up at ICA LA, you can make a donation right now to support the exhibitions and learning and engagement programs by clicking on the buttons that pop up below me on your screen. Hopefully you see them there. Or after the program ends, and for the next 2 weeks, you can go to the donations menu item at the top of the handbid page to increase your contribution to ICA LA if you're inspired by tonight's program, some of the art, stuff I just showed you, whatever it was. Let's hear it one more time for Aksa, Hisa, and two very special guests. Let's hear from them now.
Hi, I'm Aska Hisa, and I'm the Director of Learning and Engagement at ICA LA.
And I'm Pete Galindo. I'm an arts advocate here in Los Angeles.
And we're here to talk about ICA LA's Youth Fellowship Program, Agency of Assets.
One of the things that Agency of Assets is able to do is when young people participate, especially during their spring break, when they're introduced to the landscape, they really get to know their community a little bit more fully.
So because we're in downtown LA, we want to reach area youth. And this would be in Boyle Heights, like you said, or downtown Los Angeles, or anywhere nearby. We are reaching youth in the neighborhood. So we explored creating Agency of Assets with that discovery component and an opportunity to actually work in an arts and culture business or nonprofit. When a youth fellow is in their employment phase, they may be placed in an art gallery, a museum, another arts nonprofit, an architecture firm, a design firm.
That's right. They become insiders rather than outsiders. And I think that's the power of the program. That's where the ICA becomes more about inclusiveness rather than this kind of exclusive museum that you have no connection to. But it becomes something that's part of your own path and your own development, and it's part of your neighborhood. I think it's important to reach out, to support, and to include. And that's what Agency of Assets does.
Hi, my name is Kaitley Cervantes. I'm currently a 2017 alumni from Agency of Assets, and I am a graduating senior at Cal State Fullerton. During that first month, we were getting exposed to a variety of different art fields and a variety of different art spaces, such as visiting other new art museums, art galleries, and other artists that were involved in the community. So my first job was actually here at the ICLA, and it was such an exciting experience being here when the opening of the museum and to be a part of the exhibition of Martin Ramirez. That was an incredible experience to be able to see people from my community come in and speak my language of Spanish. It was really inspiring and motivating to continue being a part of ICLA. So this program definitely helped me continue my passion in photography and eventually even take the risk to apply and to be a part of the Youth Advisory Council for the Department of Arts and Culture in Los Angeles.
When you support ICALA and Agency of Assets, you're providing an opportunity for the next generation to develop, shape, add vibrancy, excitement to the arts and culture sector.
Thank you for supporting ICA LA.
Thank you for supporting ICALA.
Thank you for supporting ICA LA.
Thank you for supporting ICA LA.
Thank you for supporting ICA LA.
No, I didn't mean to have the trailer outburst. Sorry about that. It's fine. You guys have been cool. Oh, we're back. Okay. Great. So you heard him. Please support ICA LA and ensure that the museum continues to bring you the great exhibitions, insightful public programs, and engaging community projects that you've heard about tonight. Remember, this is a competition. Whoever purchases the most artworks tonight will get their name engraved on the front of the museum, etched, like old-fashioned, like with chisels and all that stuff. Obviously, I'm kidding. But we were talking about it, and we might print out a piece, put your name on a piece of paper, print it out, tape it to the front of the museum, a big piece, like large format, and leave it up there until it blows away or some birds peck at it or whatever happens. But seriously, if you can give more, which you probably can, go for it. Please do. Without art in our lives, I think we can all agree that our lives would be far less interesting.
Agreed. Thank you, Dmitri, and everyone who made Incognito possible, especially the 350 artists who so generously donated their works. Incognito was established with a spirit of democracy, inclusivity, and fun, and everyone is encouraged to trust their instincts and choose artworks that they love. Our multi-talented board member, Jeff Annenberg, has provided an incredible playlist for you to enjoy while you shop for art. Thank you for coming tonight, and have fun selecting from all the great works for sale. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye. Good luck.